why Bitcoin will probably make new lows before it makes new highs. Hi, it's Charlie giving you Wednesday's video, and I hope you're very well. So, why is that? The Bitcoin has had a great run down, and it's the same with most of the major currencies. And so, why do I believe that it's more likely that Bitcoin is going to come lower than not? Now, if we go out to the weekly chart, technically Bitcoin's had this wonderful run down. I do think there's scope for more of a bounce than we were already having, but I still also believe that we're still going to get that next test of the lows. Now, I've talked about these tests of the lows, and some of these cryptocurrencies have already done it. Certainly broken their lows from the route day from last week. Now, Bitcoin did its retest just at the end of last week, over the weekend, in fact. This was the retest here, but if we go and look at the likes of Ethereum, then Ethereum actually penetrated its route day lows. And you can see it's having a really good bounce here. But coming back to Bitcoin, my concerns are that the market still needs to flush out more weaker hands. Now, people will be like, well, yeah, but surely, Charlie, loads of people have been flushed out of this market. Certainly the leveraged traders have been, but there's a lot of people out there who, put £500 and buy Bitcoin on Binance or whatever on these various apps. And there's a lot of, and so people like that, I don't believe they're going to necessarily be out yet. And as another little indicator, is that I had Sam phone me yesterday. Sam, for those of you who watch our YouTube channel, Sam practically runs Easy Trader. So she's the person who runs all the day-to-day operations of Easy Trader. And she phoned me yesterday because Sam was in with me. She bought Bitcoin with me last year. And so I encouraged her to bank 3/4 of her profit, which she did a couple of months ago with me when we banked 3/4. So she's still holding on to a quarter. But she called me yesterday and said, Charlie, you are going to let me know when to buy back in again, when to buy, next buy. And I'd literally only spoken to her last week. And I said, oh, it's probably going to take a while. And then she literally reminded me yesterday. Now, that says to me that I know it's only one person, but it's reflective of the population at large, that there's still a lot of people out there thinking these markets are just going to go higher and I need to be in. And they might well be correct. But what you normally need after such a good run, like Bitcoin and all the cryptos have had, is we need more of a flush, and markets creep up when the majority, the masses, are less interested. Now, forget the cryptocurrency world itself and the holders, because they're going to hold on anyway. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the masses at large. Your average person who says, "Oh, I want to invest into this," and so and Sam's not the only person. I've had so many people, non-traders, non-real active investors, speaking to me over the last couple of weeks, saying, "Oh, should I buy in now?" Now that suggests that this still hasn't flushed out enough. So I suspect what we're going to see is new lows before we go up and make new highs. Because by making new lows, I'm not saying we're going to have to come down and make new lows tomorrow. I'm not calling for anything like that. What I am calling for is over the coming weeks and months that we need to put off the majority, those masses. We need to put them off. So the best way from a sentiment perspective to do that is for the market to come lower first. And that will enable more people to, it will shake more people out, and it will put people off as well. The people who have been buying might start thinking, oh, maybe I don't want to keep my £500 in there anymore. I'm not so sure anymore. Because what will happen is that more stories will come out which will be negative towards Bitcoin and various others, and those stories will help shake out those masses. So that's my overall view for it, for the foreseeable. Actually, I think that we've had this terrific run, and I could see us chopping around for several months. Because the market, it needs to do that. It either needs to chop around for several months or come lower. I think probably a bit of both, which will put off those masses. And I think with a few more news stories coming out, which might be negative towards Bitcoin. Obviously, we've got the story doing the rounds at the moment of with regards to the energy consumption. I'm surprised that hasn't been doing the rounds before, but anyway, that will do a job, and so will various other news reports. So that's my view at the moment. All the time that Sam's phoning me up saying you are going to remind me when to next invest. Then that says to me, that says to me, I don't need to do anything yet. But when she says to me, I don't know if I'm interested anymore, that will be the sign. Have a great rest of the week. I'll be back in touch on Saturday.